I'm excited to tell you about a new tool that I am now using. It's called NotebookLM. And this is, in my mind, just an absolute wonderful tool. It allows you to focus on various topics where you can gather resources, and the artificial intelligence will sift through that and give you table of contents and briefing documents and a variety of other things. Let me show you what's going on. So this is my Notebook LM, and already in the short time I have been using it, only about a week, I have put together 8 different notebooks on different topics that I think, that are important to me. And you can create a new notebook and it'll ask you to immediately add some resources. You're able to add 50 different resources to a notebook. And let me just show you some examples of what I'm talking about. So one of the things that I wanted to do for a volunteer organization I'm part of is talk about learning and development, talent development, trends that are happening, and looking forward to 2025. So when I open up that particular notebook, I have loaded 15 different sources. And these sources are PDFs, they're websites, they're text documents. And with that, I have basically a variety of things that I can do. I can create, looking at my notebook guide, I can create frequently asked questions, study guides, table of contents, timelines, briefing documents. But I can also go down and query the information or have it structured in a way that I enjoy. Or, for example, here, what are the biggest challenges and opportunities for L&D in 2025? And by selecting that, it will sift through all these different documents. If I choose, I can pick and choose which ones that I want to use. But in this case, we're going to use all 15. And here in a few seconds, it should come up with a document. And so it's gone through and listed what are the challenges and opportunities. And if you want to see where this information is coming from, these are basically references. And so I can click on one and it will take me to that particular document and where that information can be found. So this is valuable to me as I'm doing my research on various topics. I can decide if I think this was a good response or a bad response. I can certainly have it do it again. But this note will disappear unless I save it. And if I pin it, it adds that particular note to my collection of various documents. So in this case, I've worked on a table of contents based on these documents. Also a briefing document, and I've shared this with my team, those different things. So that's one example. In this example in Scrivener, learning how to use Scrivener, how to get the best out of it, which Scrivener is just a writing program. You can also add, as part of your sources, you can upload Google Documents, Google Slides, link to websites, link to YouTube videos, or just copy and paste text. You can also upload PDFs, audio files, text files, and it will sift through that information. And it'll let you know that you have a limit of the number of documents that you can upload. And so with this information, once again, I can create a table of contents or a study guide, or I can just ask it questions. And this is normally what I do if I'm trying to figure out something specific, I will ask a question. But what this is also allows you to have an audio overview. And let me see if I have which ones that I have for an audio overview. I don't think I created one. But this is very short, so let's we'll generate one quite quickly, hopefully. And what this does is it will create a a podcast between two different individuals, male and female, so you can hear the audio, the obvious difference between the voices. And with that, you can just listen to it. You can download it. You can upload it into other sources. And a number of people are using this to sift through information and then go provide, a podcast type environment for possible employees or other volunteers. So, an example of this idea for a newsletter is throughout the week or month, I collect various documents. In this case, I just collected 10, and I plan to use this as part of a newsletter. And so this will talk about basically summarize this, where I can repackage it and put it into a newsletter and send it out to faculty, some of the concerns. So I'm trying to figure out which one I like best and how I can use that. And let's go back to the chat GPT and see if we're done here. Now, still generating. But I encourage you to check it out. It's a really surprising and powerful tool generating these podcasts. So this is NotebookLM. I'm absolutely thrilled what it is able to do. If you can, if you have a PDF of an ebook, for example, you can get a collection of ebooks and synthesize the information and make that available. So, wonderful tool. Happy to have tripped upon this.